Hi, girlies. Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Alina here, and I have my bestie with me.
Hey guys, it's Amanda. And Cash is here too in the back.
Yes, I was going to say the same
For
thing.
you.
Of course, our other star of the show, Mr. Cash.
Little
Cashy Cash.
mascot.
Hi. See, you're on Book Please, honey, and you're on the logo for a reason.
Exactly. I was going to say, you're a
My
part of the
son.
family.
I have to make a public service announcement, and it is targeted towards you, but it's also just to the general public. Please stop sending me things on Instagram, TikTok, any sort of social media. Every time I log into my phone, I buy something, no thought. Add to cart. I'm like, oh, need this. You even go to the extent of like sending me a link, like this would look bomb on you. Every time I look at my phone, I'm spending money, honey. And this
It's
needs to be
affordable. I sent you a $10 jumpsuit, just saying.
true. And that jumpsuit was fire. But it's like these things, like I get on my phone and I'm like, oh my God. And these girls do such a good job. They're like, you guys need this. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
it'll snatch you, or like, look at this gloss, or look at
Mm-hmm.
this. And I'm like, makeup, outfit, like always. And you know I don't return anything. And then you get it and it's like so not it.
Which is funny because when I told you I bought the 2 MAC shimmer lipsticks that came out, you're like, oh, return the one you don't like. I'm like, did that come out of your mouth?
I said return it because I know you will. I won't. Literally. So Amanda sent me these like bomb, like glitter MAC lipsticks. I think they're like a snow collection or winter collection or something like that. I
Like
forget what they're
shimmery.
called.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you're wearing it right now. I love. But she sent me this like TikTok that this girl made, and she made them look insane, and there were 2 different colors. Immediately, like I ended up being a Mac was right in front of me in Macy's, and I went right up to the woman and I was like, "Excuse me," and I showed her the TikTok. I was like, "Do you have these?" And she didn't, but you got them, and one did not look like the video.
Nope. And it's funny because I'm not patient. I don't wait for deliveries. And when I went on Mac, it would take like 5 to 7 days. And I'm going to be in New York next week. So I was like, this isn't working out. So I did Macy's, and Macy's actually had them on sale. So I saved a little bit of money.
Yes.
And I did next day delivery, which they use DoorDash. So I was like, perfect. So then the brown one, the shimmery one's super cute. I have it on now, as you guys can see. The other one was like a blue mermaid looking thing. And I looked
Yeah, and
crazy.
it looked so subtle when she put it on in the video, and then you sent it to me on, and your lips look black and blue, and I'm
Oh, that's
like,
exactly what I said. Yeah.
not what the girl looked like in the video.
You're like, oh, maybe with makeup.
I just need to say, like Sephora, Ulta, like you guys, the fact that you're on like DoorDash and Uber Eats, this is the fact that you have same day delivery options is so dangerous
It
for
gets
us.
me. And it's cheap. It's like $6. I'm like,
We're
okay.
attacked. It's so easy. It hurts me, but like so thankful for it. But
Yeah.
really, though.
And I want to say it's your fault I have TikTok. I had TikTok ages ago, but TikTok made me spend way too much money. When that red, like that pink Huda Beauty thing came out,
Oh,
the cherry blossom, I
I
was looking
have
for it
that.
everywhere. It was sold out. And then I
Yep,
finally got it. And I'm like,
wearing
I
it.
blame TikTok. Oh yeah, I actually love it too. I wear it too. But I deleted TikTok because I was like, I can't. These girls are getting me. I'm spending way too much money. And then I
Well,
ended up deleting it. And then you were like, oh, you should get it back for our podcast. And I'm like, I want
yeah,
to
so don't
this
blame
year.
me. It's for the people. It's a sacrifice. Like
I
we have to
know.
be on TikTok for our girlies and our listeners.
I'm trying to
So
only like follow people that do books and stuff.
guys, literally follow us on TikTok at Book Please Podcast, please, because look at what Amanda's going through for you.
Exactly.
It's really just it's so bad. But
Hmm.
it's the one thing I will say is all my girlies on TikTok who are like swearing that the bodysuits that they're buying are snatching. Oh my God, look at my waist. And they like show themselves and they're like, guys, I disappeared. My pants are falling off because this sucks me in. That shit does not work. Okay.
You liars.
I've yet to find one that like really makes me feel like that. I put them on. I'm like, this shit is loose. Nothing is being held. Like unless you got curves and like, and you know what? Some of these girls do. They look thick and good, and I'm like, okay, like I want to see like a thick girl put the shit on and look literally hourglass, and they do. And then I'm like, this is a scam. It doesn't do that.
They get us. We're
I'm like,
suckers. We're
I
suckers.
nothing is being helped.
Ugh,
Like,
I'm such a fool, especially with makeup. Makeup is my guilty pleasure. But clothes, I'm like, I could get that shit on Shein for $10.
honest to God. Literally, shout out Fashion Nova. Like, hello.
Yes, Fashion Nova can't go wrong.
No. They do a good job too. Like their quality's not horrible. There's some
It's
things I
not,
get on
yeah.
Shein and I'm like, like how is this
Oh yeah. Any vacation?
$10?
100
It's
bucks
really
spend?
sketchy. I know it's not great. We'll progress when we get the funds. So
If anyone wants to sponsor us to wear things on the pod, we will do it.
yes, here we are. Sponsor soon coming 2024, manifesting. But anyways, so Amanda and I are beyond obsessed with Fourth Wing,
Mhm.
and we've just been talking about how excited we are for the Amazon series to come out, and we've seen some, speaking of TikTok, some ratchet casting ideas on TikTok, some great ones. And we figured we would do like a little, like kind of come up with our dream cast of
Mhm.
who we think for some of the main characters. So we're going to give you our take on Violet, Zayden, Dane, and Rhiannon. And I'll start mine off with a disclaimer. And Amanda, I don't know if you feel the same way. This was really hard
Oh
to
yeah.
find our who we want. I think, to be honest, like and I think it's best this way. Those actors that I would want to see played are not out there yet. Like they're not mainstream. Have to, we
Might not be
have limited
mainstream.
options and we're
Mhm.
coming up with people who are out there and known as actors already. But my preference would be not mainstream, like stream, somebody who's known as like, this is Zayden. Like that's how he gets his big
Exactly.
break.
I know what you mean. I don't want like, for example, like I think about Jenny Ortega, the girl that plays
Oh
Wednesday
yeah,
Adams.
Wednesday
Like she's a
Adams.
great actress, but I can't picture her as like a main character in this book because she's main in that. So I feel like you
Right.
gotta I know what you mean. Exactly. Yeah.
And a lot of people are like so branded to those things
Hmm.
too, like the once that happens. And it's
Hmm.
like we want to be like Violet, this is where you got your start. Like I feel like
Exactly.
that's really my
Kind of
dream.
like Harry Potter. Like they're known for Harry. Like
Yes.
yes, they may be in other things, but they will always be known for being the cast of Harry Potter.
100%. So do not, with that said, do not come for us. This is just how we are envisioning the actors to be and the vibes.
I can't wait to see
And that's
our
it.
comparisons. But let's start. Let's save Zayden and Violet for last. So let's start with
Okay.
like I want to do like Dane and Rhiannon
Rian,
first.
you want to go first?
Let's do Dane. Okay, so I only
Okay.
have one person for Dane, so I'm going to send it to you right now.
Okay. We'll
Let's
put it
see.
up on the screen.
Let me know first if you know who this is. Let me know
Let's
when you get
see.
it.
Okay, yes, I've seen him before. Definitely the vibe. What is his name?
His name is Robbie Amell. So he's
Okay.
mostly known for, I mean, I would say when we're younger, he's in like a lot of like things, maybe like Even Steven or something like that. But he's known for Upload right now, which is a TV show on Prime. He's the main character in it. I just think Dane seems very like simple, cute, but also kind of hot. So I feel like he gives off that
Yeah,
like shy, but also can have that like demeanor. He looks like he follows the rules, but I still want to like climb him like a tree, kind of.
totally. For me, Dane is like boy next door, pretty boy, not
Hmm.
like dying Zayden.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I agree. Like I definitely feel the vibe. I
Okay.
hear you,
I'm dying to see yours.
and I raise you. This man, putting him up on the screen. This is Noah Centineo. Do you know him?
Yes. What is he in? He has a scar
He's
on his face, right?
in like all those, does he? He's in like all those
Yeah, look right here.
Netflix movies. He's in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. He's
He's
in The
cute.
Recruit. He's in The
The
Perfect Date.
Recruit. That's what I know him from.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. So he
So,
he's super cute, but he's
because I would
also
still climb him like a
that's what I think.
tree.
I think he's too hot to be like yeah, he's
But
actually a
you
good
want to
cast.
feel like that, because in the
Attraction.
beginning too, she's like, this has been her, like in her head, this has
Hmm.
been that person.
Hmm.
And then it just like kind of fell flat for her.
And the
But
age is perfect because my guy's 35. Like Robbie's a little older. I mean, he has a baby face, but your guy's like perfect age for like whatever age they're supposed to be.
I'm pretty proud of my casting. So
Okay, I
let's
think
move on.
you did good. You did good. Okay.
Okay.
So next is gonna be let's do okay, so I have three people for Rhiannon.
Oh my. Here we
So
go.
let's go. I have oh oh yeah, yeah, I'll save Zayden for last. Okay, so these are my three, and they're all like so different, but let's do the first one. So the first one I
Okay.
sent you was Amandla Stenberg. So
Okay.
she played Rue in
She,
Hunger Games,
oh wow. She
right?
looks perfect for this
Oh,
role.
isn't she perfect? Like she has a
I feel
like
like we're
best
still on the
friend.
same page with our vibe. So great job.
Oh, right. And then the next person I picked was from the girl from Sabrina. And she's also
Okay.
from You. She's like one of the girls that, he stalks.
Yes.
Her name's Tati Gabrielle, so we'll show her as well. But I think she would be a good one too, because she like has like that feisty look, but also can be a sweet, good best friend.
Yes.
And then my last one, I'm sure you know her from the 100, Lindsay Morgan. So she was Raven.
Love. And she's not huge.
She's not.
She's a good one. She's a
She
good
would
one.
be big from this.
Yes, I love that. I think you did
Yay.
a great job. I love all of them. What was the name of your first one again?
Amandla Stenberg.
She looks
Right?
I'm
She's
feeling it.
perfect. I like
I'm
her, yeah.
feeling it. I have a very similar vibe going on
Okay.
for Rhiannon, and my choice is Zendaya.
Oh, it's so funny. I thought about doing her, but she's so big in Euphoria.
She's
She's
way
such a
too
huge name.
mainstream.
Exactly. But she would be perfect. But yeah, she's such a huge name. And I can't unsee her in
Yes.
Euphoria. Like that's what I know her
No,
from.
for sure.
Yeah.
But she was in Dune. Like she does this shit.
Yes. Yeah. And I think she'd be good in like, this is different for her too. Like Dune was like pretty, but it's so like sci-fi,
Yeah.
fantasy-ish. She'd be good. And she had a little feist to her too. That was
So
good.
far
That's
we're
so funny. We're so aligned.
pretty aligned.
This is
Are
when
we
it's gonna
doing
go. This is gonna go like down south from here. Watch.
people are gonna rip us apart. Violet and Zayden were so hard, especially
It
Zayden.
was so hard. I
They're
have such high
so
expectations.
For me,
Ugh.
these are the undiscovered ones that we're waiting for somebody. Because you know what, my biggest issue. Are we doing Zayden or Violet
Let's do
first?
Violet. I'd rather save Hadi Matami for
Okay.
last.
Yeah. Oof, Big Daddy. Go ahead. Let's do
Okay.
Violet first.
So these, I have two people for Violet, and
Okay.
I want to say they're not huge, huge, but they're like a little known. Okay, so my first
Okay.
one, shout out to my employee Noelle. She put me on this person for Violet, Danielle Ross Russell. She is from The Originals. It's a TV show I absolutely
Yes.
love. She's
Yes.
what's Klaus's daughter in it, and then she's also in Legacies, which is a spin-off of The Originals. So she's
I
like the main character.
loved
That I feel like
Vampire Diaries. So
she's like sim like she looks like simple but feisty. And if you watch the show she's in, she's a great actress. I can picture her with the silver hair. Like I think she'd be a good one. It's like soft, cute, but I feel like she could be good.
yes, I love that. Okay. And then the
The
next, I
next
see
one,
she's from the 100.
she is from the 100. I can't pronounce her last name, but she is Octavia in the 100. Her first name's Marie, her last name, and maybe you can help me because it sounds Greek.
What is it?
Avergopoulos.
Oh, Avgrigopolis or something
Okay,
like
there you go.
that.
Yes, it's just like that. Oh my god, I butchered that.
She's Greek. Hold on, let me look it up. How does like what? How I want to read it.
It's Avgeropou. Exactly what you
So in
just
Greek,
said.
it would be Avgeropoulos, but I
Okay.
wouldn't know exactly the American way of taming that down.
Okay, I feel better.
But she's great.
I love her in the
Okay.
100. She's feisty, she's fun, she has like that fighting side. I just can't see like the
Oof.
sweet side of her, but I think I don't
I
know.
just Googled her and Homegirl's going through it.
Is she? What is she going through?
Marie Avgeropoulos arrested for alleged domestic violence.
Oh, she's perfect. She's perfect.
Very much.
This is gonna be her comeback.
I was about to just be like, well, we're going with the other one, and you're using it as a selling point.
It's a
So
comeback.
that's great. I love that for her. A second chance.
Okay, so it looks like Danielle Ross Russell is like the lead, I would say, out of my
Yeah,
two. Okay.
in my opinion, but go for it. Shoot for the stars, girl. So I'll give you my girl. Her name is Dove Cameron. You may know her as
Okay.
the blonde version, but I'm picturing her brunette phase. She's even had like even darker
What
hair.
is
I
she in?
think
Why do
she's
I know her?
great. She's in hold on. She's not like huge where you know
She
her.
looks like that
She's
Victoria
from Liv and
model,
Maddie. She's from um The Descendants. It looks like a
The
Disney. She's like
Descendants.
Disney vibes.
Okay.
And then she's
She's cute.
also been cast in the movie The Powerpuff Girls as Bubbles. And
Oh,
if you see her really blonde, like she's perfect.
oh, she's
So, and
cute.
she's so versatile, and she has music out too. And like she did like a
Are her
recently
parents
award.
famous? I'm telling you, she looks like that Victoria's Secret model.
She does. I don't think those are her parents, but
Hmm.
she
This is a great cat. I mean, I feel
like
like
Liv and
we're
Maddie.
we're like on the same wavelength with like
See,
gorgeous,
she's
simple,
blonde
pretty.
too.
Oh, oh yeah, oh yes, yes, yes. She's super pretty. And I love her eyes. I like that we both pick people that all three of our people have green eyes.
It's like the
Oh yeah,
vibe.
she's cute, and it's like
She's
she looks
fun.
exotic. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So look
Oh,
at us go.
yeah. Our girls
Okay.
are similar.
Zayden is the hardest because
Yeah.
honestly,
I'm gonna
for
get
me,
canceled.
no one's big enough.
No one
No
is.
one is big
Hmm.
enough, juicy, just good enough. It's just he is, and for those of you who like are just tuning in and supporting us and like don't know the book, like he is the like irresistible, like toxic guy you can't go for, but you're
Hmm.
like mad about him, and
He's
like
Edward.
secretly we know he loves her too, and like he's supposed the other issue I had was like the representation of having like more of an olive or a brown actor.
Mm.
Like a lot of the ones that I would find are just not too white. You know,
Yeah.
I like my casting, but I think he might be a little white. But go ahead. Why don't you
That's funny.
show
I have
yours,
one
Zayden?
that's like, okay, I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna get canceled.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have two people. They're
Why
completely
would you get
different.
canceled? Oh, because it's a
Because
bad choice.
my first person, I feel like people are gonna be like, "Are you kidding me?" So,
I feel like it might be my person. Okay.
okay.
Oh,
So my first person is Zayn from One Direction.
so I wanted Zayn too. I don't know why you would pick that picture, but
Because
I didn't.
that's what I picture him looking like. I picture our guy looking like that, like muscular, tatted, like I feel like that's more Zayden's vibe than his normal like spiky hair, blonde thing going on.
Wait, actually, this is the wrong Zayn. I saw the photo and I don't. Is
Oh,
this? Oh, is it? No, I just
Malik.
think he looks so not recognizable there. For
Oh,
me, I wanted Zayn Malik, but
that's
I
what I
didn't
picked, yeah.
choose him because he's so small. So
Oh.
I wanted like a Zayn Malik beefy. Like,
Yes.
where are the Taylor
That's why I
Lautners
picked
when
this
you
photo
need
because he's
them?
thick. He's
Yeah,
thick.
but his hair, like I picture Zayden more like that kind of hair. Like,
Oh.
you know what
Yes,
I
yes.
mean?
As long as he's bigger built, I'm okay with that. He just needs to be a little bigger.
Like, where are the Taylor Lautners of our
And
generation?
honestly, the hard
And
thing
the
with
color,
me,
the skin tone too of Taylor Lautner is perfect. Like that's what we need. And Zayn.
yeah,
Zayn too. Like I was trying to look up Middle Eastern actors. I literally typed in Middle East uh muscular actor. I'm not kidding. Like they're where are they? Where are you? We need you.
yeah. I know what you mean. Like I like someone that would be like tan, olive skin with nice like green eyes or something, muscular,
Yes.
nice jawline. Like she talks about his jaw a lot. And that's what made me pick my second person.
Okay, let's see him.
Superman, aka The Witcher, which is
Okay.
Henry. I think his jawline is perfect for
Agree. Chiseled.
and he's cute, but he's known in so much. Like you look at him, you think Superman. You look at him, you think The Witcher. So it's
Yeah.
but oh, he's such a beautiful man, and I like his demeanor too. I feel like have you seen The Witcher? But he could be
No.
very like he could be like his demeanor is exactly like Zayden's in The Witcher, like very standoffish, like But then you could tell he like cares, and uh I think girls will agree with me on Mr. Henry.
Okay, I think he's a good choice. I like the vibe, but do feel like he's a little white, but I
He
get
is
it.
white, yeah.
Also, my guy is a little white too.
I'm excited.
So I just want to I mean,
I'm
his
scared.
name, I don't know the actor, which I like, but apparently some people do. His name is Matt
Oh,
Daddario.
yes, he is in I know
Shadow Hunt or something. What is
Shadow
this?
Hunters?
Shadow Hunters. Shadow Hunters.
Yes. Yes, Shadow Hunters. So I've seen that. Actually he's super hot. I like him too, but he kind of reminds me of what's his name? Zane in the way that he's tiny. He needs to be built. They need to put muscle
Okay.
on him. Yeah, he's
Some of
tiny.
the clips that I saw, he did look a little thicker to me, at least more than
Oh.
Zayn.
Oh, maybe he's thicker now.
I hope so. I hope for him and for us
Oh,
that
that's
he
good.
is
I actually
good.
like yours better than mine, actually.
Hmm,
He's a beautiful looking man.
I would love if people could just let us know who their dream cast is.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna ask you
Like,
guys.
please comment. Please let us know. And, go easy on us, but you can tell us we're wrong. Just tell us, like, who is your dream cast?
Hmm.
What did we get right? What didn't we get right? We would love to know.
Yes, please let us know. And for me, the hardest thing was I like older men.
Yeah.
So it was really hard for me to pick someone that would go with like this age. Like for me, like the perfect Zayden for me would be the guy from 365, the Italian Mustang, hottie patati, but
Yes, is
he's a
he the
lot
guy
older.
that I like know from the Dolce campaign?
Yes, yes. Oh,
Okay.
he's a
I
beautiful
thought of
man.
him too, but then I thought like the accent and stuff is not going to work.
Oh yeah, the accent, yeah,
And then
yeah.
I even thought of like a Sam Asghari type vibe that is like
Mm-hmm.
Britney's husband, but like as soon as he opens his mouth, you're like, no, and like his mannerisms, but
It's the
like just
looks.
face value, you're like,
Hmm.
okay, this could work. And then you're like, when I know your vibe though,
Hmm.
I don't feel that way. So like those are just
Yeah.
a no for
Like
me.
I don't see Zayden as like Christian Grey. Like that's not the vibe I'm getting. Like Christian Grey's too white for
No.
me. Like I need someone like
Yes.
muscular, hot.
Yes.
Oof,
A
oof.
little more like exotic looking for sure. That's what we're going for here. And wherever you are, come out because we need our perfect Zayden.
I
And
bet you they're out
that
on the
will
streets hunting him out.
arguably the most important casting will be Zayden. I don't even think it's Violet. I think it's Zayden. Like
Oh,
that's
Zayden's
going
gonna,
to
yeah.
make or break this Amazon
Hmm.
series. And we are watching you,
Yeah, and
Amazon.
if you pick someone I don't like it, I'm not reading the second book. No, I'm kidding.
You heard it here first.
Nothing. I'm telling you, I was so disappointed. Like, is there anything else, would you say, like casting wise, that was like super, super disappointing? Like, I even like thinking about TV shows, I loved everyone in the originals. Like, I love that show. I was so sad when it was done. Same
Yeah.
thing with Twilight. Like, I love the books, love, love, loved. And then there's some casting that was good, like his family I thought was fine, but the two main, that like killed it for me. Ugh.
It's really bad. I was, I will say though, they like recovered enough for me to still be because I loved the Twilight books. But
Hmm.
like with Kristen Stewart, I was like, what? This is who I've been reading about this whole time. She just wasn't
Hmm.
it for me. But I will say, like, they still recovered because I was so into it and they did like a decent job. But in the beginning, they were so, if you watch that first movie, it's almost embarrassing.
Oh
Like it
my god,
was
the acting.
so low budget. The
Hmm.
acting was horrible. Even Taylor Lautner, they gave him because he has long hair in the at one point when he has like it's almost like it's just like stuck clip-ins on his head, just so bad, like disappointing.
It's come a
But
long way.
I think they
Filming.
know for Fourth Wing, like the expectation. I think they already know at this point that it's going to do well, so they'll give it the budget that it deserves.
Hmm.
And for someone like Amazon picking it up,
Hmm.
I think it'll be a good one.
Oh, with
What?
my guy Robbie, he's on Upload. That's a Prime show, so they could. Oh, they already paying him. Might as well just hop
Okay,
him onto something else.
there you go.
I'm
We should
excited.
just get into this book then because
Yes,
we read chapter 17 through 24 this week and we have a lot to discuss here.
so much.
We have a lot to discuss. So when we last left off, like we knew Violet had her two dragons, which was super
Hmm.
rare. She had Tarn, who was like the most incredible dragon you could get, like the most powerful. Everyone is shook that she has him. And then we even predicted like she's going to have a target on her back. And
Hmm.
that's exactly what happened. She was attacked in her sleep and like literally in her sleep with like what, like five, six people in there.
Hmm. And
And
that's apparently a rule breaking. Like you don't attack anyone while they're sleeping. So that's
correct.
already like.
I was so shook to my core when that happened. And Zayden came to the rescue.
Here's my question though. Like if her dragons know, like they know what's going on, how come they couldn't get there quick enough?
Where the dragons can go in her dorm.
Her window, I don't know. So, because I just find it weird that like she's bonded to them, and if she's ever in danger, you think they'd be there in a heartbeat.
Well, they did wake her up.
Well,
She
yeah, they
was
never mind
woken
that.
up because of it. And
Hmm.
then Andarna was the one who helped
Came through,
her get
yeah.
out of it.
Hmm.
That's where we saw like her first glimpse of like her connection with her dragons, like her use of magic
Stopping time.
through Andarna, she was
Hmm.
able to stop time, like
How sick
completely
is
freeze
that?
them.
Oh,
And we were like, oh my God, it's not something that we're like, okay, this is her signet because it's not. And she won't be, poor little Andarna was like out for the
she was
count for
midair.
how long after this, but she did that for her. So she did save her. And it was Tarn who woke her.
We also learned that her Darna, the reason she's so weak too is because she's actually a baby. Like she's
Yes.
yeah, so it's
She's a
it's it's
feather
different.
tail.
Yeah, it's different than Tarn giving his magic to her.
And it's very dangerous
Hmm.
for that to be
Both.
known about her
Hmm.
and for her to use those powers. Like she's
Hmm.
so young. Oh, what a precious angel
Yeah.
mama. So Sigil lets Zeta know what's happening through Tarn. Zayden comes to the rescue, and Oren was there like standing up to it, and Zayden's like, "What are you doing?" So like he kills off everyone and then really leaves Oren for himself to like let him suffer a little bit before he's dead.
He was so hot in that scene. I was like, oh. And she's like, no, like I don't want to be like. He's like, nope, done, killed.
Literally. I know. That's the thing about our girl Violet. Like she will just at
So
all
much heart.
costs like try and preserve life, which
Hmm.
is such a beautiful little trait, but it's like this is not the place, girl.
It's gonna get her killed.
Everybody who is like who you're doing that for is like even Jack Barlow, like these people are trying to kill you. So
Hmm.
ma'am, let's get it going. Then she
Hmm.
makes a comment when that's happening, and it's not revealed yet, which I kind of liked, when she was like, and when I told Zayden like who was at the door, like who had let them in and led them there,
Believed her.
he was shook, and it just there was no name said at that moment.
Hmm.
So I was like sitting
Who'd you
anticipating.
think it was? I feel like for me, that was the last person I thought. I was like Jack Bar. No, I was like, I couldn't have been Dane because he like here. I couldn't. Or I thought Imogen maybe because that would have broke Zayden's heart because Imogen's close to him
It could have, yes, I thought it could have been Imogen. If Jack makes sense, like it makes the most sense, but because she was surprised,
in his
that's why
reaction.
I didn't think it
Hmm.
was him. Then we get to that point where it's revealed, like everyone's talking the next day. I already know we're about to cue the Dane hate, and
I fucking hate Dane.
it's revealed that it's Amber Mavis that is the one, because she's a wing leader, and I didn't process this,
She
like,
should know most of
these
the
other
rules.
cadets, like the unbonded riders, they don't know like where she is or like how to get into her room or this or that. So like someone higher up, a wing leader, had to lead them to her, and it was Amber, and she was executed for that, and Violet fought for her survival, and I did feel terrible
Not me.
for
Oh,
for her dragon only. That hurt me.
oh yes. For her, my thing with Amber is like for her leadership that she has there, and for
Mm.
you to say you're helping take out the weakest
What
links,
a stupid bitch.
like let her prove herself, let her die another way. Why do you want to be involved in that knowing it your placement that can get you killed? Like I don't understand why any of those 5 kids you were trying to help was worth it. It's
That
like
was certainly not her motive.
she was,
Like,
yeah, oh yeah, she was jealous 100% because Dane
jealous
was
of
in love with
Daney
her.
Waney.
Hmm. Yep.
Dane handled it like the asshole that he
That he
is.
is. Yeah. Like, how do you not believe her? You've known her. And Zayden believed her like this. No if, buts, or what. Ugh.
There's a clear, stark difference between Dane and Zayden.
Hmm.
And Dane was so violating. He's like, literally to the point where he's like forcing her to show him
He
her
didn't believe her.
memory.
Hmm.
I was like, get out of here. I was so glad that she wasn't. And you know what? She has stuff you don't like. That's like an invasion of privacy.
I would have
And
done
she
it
said
and
it.
let him see me feeling Zane. I mean, Zayden.
I know, but she did. I mean, the big thing didn't happen at that point. But the thing
Yeah.
is, she had powers through Andarna at that point that helped
Oh,
stop
yes.
time. She didn't want him to know that.
And she can't trust
And
him.
she has every right, and this is something that she has to really hold private. She cannot be sharing this.
Hmm.
And the fact that he was just like forcefully like, no, let me see, let me see. Go F yourself.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. Zayden didn't need any proof. He took her word for it. And that's what we need in a man. Like,
I'm so
not a boy.
sorry. I'm distracted by how cute your dog looks laying there like that. Look how cute.
We'll do this once an
I'm just,
episode where we'll
I'm
do a pause for
distracted.
Cash.
Look how cute he looks.
I know he's a
Oh,
baby
you must soothe
angel.
him. He's like knocked out. No, no,
I
now he's
know.
awake.
He's such a good little boy.
But yeah, that scene was just, and it sucks to say, but I knew Dane was not going to believe her. I knew Zayden 100% had her back. Like it sucked to see it play out that way, but I was just after like, yeah,
I was livid at his actions. Even Zayden was like, like you're supposed to be her best friend. Like
yeah,
he had
yeah.
been looking at him like, what is going on?
He would get her
And it
killed.
took the dragons, it took through Tarn sharing
Hmm.
the part that could be shared with the other dragons that everyone learned it was Amber. She had to be executed. Our girl Vi did not want that to happen.
Yeah,
But
she's above
even
it.
Zayden was like the one to be like, nope, we're not doing this. And Tarn said it too. He's like, I let, someone live once.
We're not doing it again. Yeah,
It's not happening.
she needs to toughen up.
Yeah. I mean, I know, but I feel like I would be the same way, to be honest with you. And I just felt so bad, not for Amber at all. I was like, F that bitch. But the dragon made me so sad. And I get that she felt that way because she knows how she feels about her dragons.
Hmm.
And then the way that the chapter ended was like, you just heard like these screams and it was her dragon mourning. And I was like, oh my goodness, like
Yeah.
that killed
My thing
me.
too, like, I mean, her dragon knows everything that's going on with her if they're bonded. And they're
Yeah.
like, why not talk her out of it? Why?
Yes. And I do feel like Tarn has this special way about caring for Violet that a lot of the other dragons are more ruthless. Like they're letting their riders fall
Die. Yeah,
off.
yeah.
They're not there. Like Tarn is really like he is there
But
for
you got to
her.
think about that. He's also, they're bonded together, and then Zayden and
Yeah,
Sigale. Doesn't it affect them if they're, or I guess if you're
yeah.
not fully
But
bonded?
he's a little secret softy. Like everybody
He
else
is.
who's bonded to their riders is letting them, they're like, if you can't hang, you're not strong enough, like you're gone.
I love how tough he is. She needs that. If he was
I love
nice,
that.
they'd
No,
both
I
die in
agree.
battle.
I love the balance with him and Andarna, and I
I
think that's
love
like who she
Darna.
is too, because it's like I know I love Andarna.
We find out Adarna is like their little offspring or something, no?
Well, not their
Oh,
offspring, but basically their
their
adopted
parents
offspring.
died. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
So that was the cutest thing ever, and that's what I was thinking in the beginning. I was like, "Is that your child?"
I thought the
So
same thing, but now we find out they
yeah,
actually adopted Adarna. How cute. Now we know why she's so
yes,
soft and they're
yes.
like a whole
I
family.
love the little family.
I hope in the
Okay,
third book they have a family together like Xaden and Violet, and then it's like, ah.
I'm gonna die. I cannot wait. So through this now,
Mhm.
Zaddy is like, okay, Violet needs like round the clock protection, like puts a ward on her door, like no one can
So
open it
hard.
but her,
Mm.
and has Liam transferred to her wing. So Liam is like her little protector and is making sure that, everything is going well, that she's safe, and he's there to
I
like
love
watch over
Liam.
her. Look at Zayden doing that for her.
He's like a man. Man.
He's doing everything. He's pushing her in the right ways. He's believing her. He's there. He lets her be herself.
Hmm.
Dane is like, no, you can do. It's like, good, relax.
You
Like
know what
you're
else
not doing
I
what's
like
best for
about
her.
Liam is Xaden is such a good person because the fact that he's gonna bodyguard Violet for Xaden, not even like for Violet, or he like owes him a lot, cares about him. Like I feel like that's super telling how good Xaden is.
This reminds me, we need to talk about some stuff going on in Navarre. So when Violet is learning about Liam's story through him, a lot of things are not matching up from what she's told. And I think that they're like, there's a lot of shit that's going to come out. Like they're covering a lot of stuff to the point where I don't think the rebellion happened as it was told.
Oh,
I'm not sure that like even Zayden's father is responsible for Brennan's death. I don't really know because she's so surprised. She's like, "Hold on a minute. What do you mean that you were separated from your sister? What do you mean you were foster? What do you mean both your dad wasn't on the death scroll? Like none of this shit is adding up." Then we
hmm,
have the fighting that's happening. None of this stuff is being talked about. Nothing is current. Everything they're learning in class, they're like, why are we dissecting this battle from 600 years ago when there's another break in, like whatever happening? And there's these things that are being covered up that aren't
yeah.
being talked about. And even Liam and like Violet are looking at each other and they're like, well, in class, like, well, what about what happened yesterday? Like, no one's talking about it. And I think that and you know what? Some major threat is coming that they're hiding. Like I believe they're going to be like forced into some war very soon.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we kind of see that when we finish reading that, we wonder like when Xaden goes out, the dragons have to be near each other, so she's gonna have to go out too. He's not
Yes.
gonna be able to stay at the academy with her. She needs to go with him. So
She's going to by next year
mhm.
be like on the front lines with him because their dragons can't be at separate posts for that
Her
long.
signet better be strong.
She specifically is going to really need to get it together.
And he knows that. He's setting her up for success 100%. Imogen training her. Like she has such a good
Yes.
circle
And
of
it's
family.
all Zayden.
All him. Hmm.
There was even that point let's get to the big part that then
Which
happened
one?
that we need to discuss. So we know that Violet doesn't have a signet yet, but she's begun to channel.
Channel. Hmm.
It hits her all at once. Liam is outside her door. She took a shower. She's brushing her hair.
I know where this is going.
Boom, boom, bitch, hits the floor,
It's like
and she
a
wakes up
channeling
hot and
orgasm through the
bothered.
dragons.
Our girl was hot and bothered.
Oh
And I
man.
was living for it. She was like, "What is this?" And it turns out Tarn and Sigil were going at it, and she didn't know because, which is ridiculous. Like, why do they teach you like how to channel, how to block things once you are able to channel? Like, she should have been prepared because it hit her at a random time where
Well,
she had
Zayden
no
helps.
guidance. Thank God for him.
Yeah.
She goes outside and she's like feeling all these feelings, and Liam's there, and she starts like biting her lip. She's like, "I gotta go. I gotta get out of here." I was like, "Ooh, God, Violet." Then she finds our boy.
Our little Zay Zay. I mean, listen, that scene, I was definitely like, I feel like I'm just very like, oh my God, this foreplay, let's get to it. I was just like,
They have to tease us first.
I
I knew
know, I
it was
know.
going to get cut off. They had the
Hmm.
most incredible, like passionate make out. Like, and you know what? It was funny because they're both like kind of denying it. And then even he was like, this is just because you are feeling this through your dragons. He totally teaches her how to block it. And and he was like astonished by how fast she got it. He was like, "It took me weeks to do what you're doing in minutes, seconds." Like, that was amazing. And I love how he makes her feel so good about herself because she does doubt herself and she does question, like, why Tarn picked her and all of these things
Hmm.
that she has to live up to. I love that he instills that in her, like, no, this is badass. When they had their like makeout, I was obsessed. I was like, I know they're gonna cut it off. Like, I know they're not gonna be able to have sex in the first time. She's not gonna give it to us right away. Like, they're playing with our emotions. But I was so mad because then he's like, "We shouldn't have done this." Like,
It starts ignoring her. Yeah.
he was acting like she just did it because of the dragons. But it's like when she was done, she's like, "I don't even feel them. I blocked them and they're done. Like, I'm still wanting it." And I was like, "Ah." And it's kind of hot too because like he was good. Like, he wasn't taken over by this. Like, he was just pure one
He
on his
wanted
end.
it. Yeah, he wanted it. Their tension is woof, woof,
Even
woof.
that like shirtless fighting scene,
Oh,
I was
mm.
dead. Like,
This is
all of it
why
was juicy,
casting was
juicy.
hard. I'm like, I need someone muscular. I
100.
can picture with no shirt on. Ugh.
I love how everyone like stops and looks and all of that.
Oh yeah, like they can't even focus. They're all like, that should be illegal. Keep your shirts on. I can't focus. I would die in battle if I'm like staring at you guys.
Literally.
We need to talk about Jack Barlow, how they got into their little tiff. Well,
They
their
did
fight.
get
Yeah,
their tiff.
I thought she was gonna beat his ass, but
Oh, I know. I'm kind of like, come on. I'm tired of her like just being so like. I really wanted her to just beat his ass, like not with a
same.
workaround.
Yes, her little poison.
Orange
And no
dagger.
offense, but like the way she learned he was allergic just because he didn't have an orange on his plate during lunch, that makes you think he was allergic. That's how she figured it out. She said, I
Yeah,
was checking what he was eating and what he wasn't. And I'm like, and
yeah.
what if he wasn't allergic to oranges? Like the
And
chances
just
of
didn't
that.
like them. Like,
Yeah.
no. I mean, we don't know why and how their plates are prepared. So, I mean, she
I
had to
can't
know
stand
something.
him. Was his parents
No.
part of the rebellion
Yeah,
thing?
I believe so.
Oh, okay, because I'm
I
like,
think
why does
that's
he
like
hate
a
her so
reason
much?
because he was like, "You're a Sorengale," like when they were
Oh,
first like starting everything
okay.
at the parapet, and like he was ready. So I think he just like absolutely hates her, and
She's
it's
gonna kill him one day.
ridiculous. 100.
I hope it's a
And
Darna.
literally, I cannot stand him. And that was like one of the first times that so Zayden like kind of just like fell off for a bit, and she's more like, well, I like her saucy tongue. Like, she makes her remarks, like
She's
she's
witty.
bold. I love it.
Yeah.
And like she could be chill, and I just feel like he is like kind of avoiding it, whatever. And then she just calls him out and was like, "You know what? Like, this is like the first time we've talked since that moment." And he was like, "It was a mistake, whatever," but then kind of made a comment that was like, "It's not a mistake." Like when they were sparring,
Oh, the way she flirts on him and like whispers. Yeah,
that was hot.
yeah.
And he made her custom daggers that she had to earn
Mm.
from him. See, like he always is like looking out for her in the best ways and like challenging her and helping her along instead of being like, retreat, you can't do it. You're not good enough. You're gonna die. Like there's a stark difference. And even Dane like tries to apologize later on and was
Asshole.
like, look, I should have believed you, blah, blah, blah.
I'm ready for Dane
Sick
to
and tired
die.
of it. Sick and tired. Sick
I'm
and
sick of him.
tired.
You know what I think too? I know I kind of like feel what you're saying now where like I feel like they're hiding a lot of things, they're not being honest with them. There's stuff going on that they don't want to like disclose. But I do think that his family does have something to do with her brother dying, and this is him making up for it. Like, he's trying to like, but obviously he likes her more than like a big brother. But I think he feels like, they already lost a child, even though he lost his parents. He
Yeah.
doesn't want it to be his fault that they lose another daughter. So I just think
I think he's also conflicted on the inside the way that she is. Like, I'm not supposed to like you, but I
doesn't
do.
blame,
I
yeah,
think
her.
her family did them more dirty than what is known right now. I think a lot of it is being
Hmm.
covered. And even like it has been said, like Dane said it to her, like there's a lot more of a reason why Zayden should hate her than is even known.
And it's kind of like brought up when the mom comes, when the mom
Yes.
and Dane's dad.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, she said something about he made a remark saying like I feel like I already paid my debt, or like I
Yeah.
already proven myself or something. So now I'm like, what does
Yes.
that mean?
So it was alluded to again. And it's
Yeah.
like, so this is like kind of where we left off, where Zayden was like, you know what? Like, you're going to these stupid classes for what? Like, let's do real stuff that we need to do. And before that, they all went out together. She sees Dane's father and her own mother. Amanda, it is not too late to be like, okay, actually, I don't like her. Just letting you know, it's allowed. You're
She's
okay.
hard. No, she's hard, but I don't know.
You can't like her.
My thing too is I don't like the whole like. I feel like I read this in plenty of books. We read it when we were reading The Owner and the Way. Like she wants so much approval from her mother. Like I wish she'd just be like, "Fuck it, I'm me."
Yeah.
Like I don't. Why do I need to impress you? I'm already here. I'm gonna. So that's what I don't like about it. I don't like. I like if her mom babied her, I would hate it. And if like you know what I mean. I hate how she seeks that approval. It
I just
annoys me.
for sure. And I
Yeah.
think that is something though, like as women, you like look to your mom and you want to
Mm-hmm.
make,
Mm-hmm.
you want to make them proud and all that, especially with her mom having such status. I don't doubt that her mom is this tough bitch, but I think she's I don't like her. And this made me really not like her because even when we're talking about like the owner and the wife, like that was a situation where her mom didn't have shit together, but she always like deep down, like kind of wanted to be this person and she saw the light. Maybe we're still waiting for that. But for me, she's like just so cold, no warmth, so rude. And it was so transactional that she almost was trying to like capitalize off of her daughter. Like she was
Yeah.
like,
Like I want to
hey,
study your
like,
dragon.
let's study your dragon. Like, tell me what Andarna does for you. Like, absolutely not. I was so happy that Violet was like, and Tarn was like, hell no. She
Yeah.
immediately did not entertain. She's like, nope, nothing to see here, like at all. That pissed me off. Like, I feel like I hope her mother gets better, but I feel like I'm gonna hate her even more. Like, I feel like there's
Yeah.
secrets. And even Dane's dad was nicer, like, good to see you,
Yeah.
Sorengale, like, whatever.
I think when the mom's dying, that's when she'll tell us she's proud of her.
Did you hear, please? That's not going to do anything. Did you hear when, so even Zayden acknowledged it. He's like, wow, I didn't know that was your dynamic. And he
Mm.
felt for her and he was like, your mom doesn't know you. Like, she doesn't give you enough credit. He even said that to her.
Yeah.
And she was like, she revealed things too that she was like, I don't even know why I'm telling him, but clearly she feels comfortable with him and said, like, my mom didn't talk to me for basically a year after my dad died. And
Oh,
that's messed up.
how about when the mom brought up the dad and was like, "Oh, did your dad? I feel like he didn't.
Yeah,
He
where
was
did he
working
put his
on this
notes?
exactly." And I'm like, "Wow!" It kind of shows that even the father and the mother were so different, not on the same page. So she obviously has her dad's sweet side,
Yes, and I just felt like that was such manipulating behavior to
and she
try and
stuck up
like
for her dad.
use
Hmm.
your daughter
Hmm.
as like, how do I get to these files? And that's what I don't like. And maybe she has like a vendetta against her daughter because her daughter was like looked up to her dad so much. So I don't
Do
know.
you might so because Adarna is like a baby dragon, like a hatching or whatever they call it,
Yes.
why did she bond with someone? Why wouldn't she wait till she's older? Is it because she needs to be by Sigil and Tarn. Like I didn't understand why.
I believe that it has something to do with the way that Violet stood up for
Oh,
her.
for
Like she
her
was indebted to
attachment.
her.
Got it.
Like she
Okay.
completely defended her honor in her
Mhm.
life.
I think she knew that Violet would protect her if people did want to try and treat her like a freaking experiment.
Yeah, I think it was just like an undeniable, like, I'm indebted to you. Like that was an amazing act of courage.
Character thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
it's like, how could you not feel like this is my
Hmm.
person? And then of course Tarn just came in. I just love this.
You know, one of them has to die, right? One of her dragons has to die.
Stop! Don't say that shit.
That's why she has two.
Maybe
She lives
no,
longer.
stop. No. So where we leave off is like the whole happy family is about to like take flight and like practice and get like experience. So Tarn and Sigil and Andarna and Zayden and Violet are all flying
Look
off
at
into the
you. Look at
sunset, but
you.
before all the shit goes down. But I was happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's getting good. For me, like I love the storyline, but when it gets to like the battles and all those things, I kind of like my mind goes woof. But regardless, it has layers.
It's a
That's
lot
what
of
it is.
info.
Yeah, it's a lot of info.
Yeah.
It's like I forgot all the stuff you mentioned about them finding like the scroll and like seeing the battles going on. Like I would have never thought to mention any of that because I'm more about like what they have going on
I know,
socially.
because we're like, when are you guys gonna have sex? So
Exactly. Shipping. Wait, I want to call a relationship. Rhiannon and
go.
Liam gonna be a couple.
Ooh,
Hmm. I see it.
incredible
I see it.
stuff.
I love them together. Their banter. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I really like that. Let's see what happens with that.
Now I want to pick a Liam for a casting.
I mean, do you have any off the top of your head?
No, I need a minute because I feel like I
And
would
I feel
have
like
him
he's
look
blonde.
similar. Oh, do you think he's? Oh, that's actually a nice dynamic for my like Rhiannon like castings. But I was thinking more like an olive skin kind of person too.
Hold on, I think he's blonde. There must be a reason why I think that because the fan art is all blonde.
Ah,
And also, I just want to call out that the fan art for Zayden is good. Like, it's just that we don't
let me
have
see.
someone specifically that's like, okay, looks like you.
Is it an olive person?
It's an olive
That's what I
person.
figured.
Like, that's good fan art.
Oh, that's actually very
Shout out
similar
to
to
this
the.
girl on TikTok.
Yes, I'm with it. Oh, she's not wrong.
She ain't playing with
Man,
it.
she came.
That's right.
Violet's not gonna like that. But
I'm
he looks
dead.
similar to your guy that you picked.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But
he does.
he's bigger. Like, we need a big man, and that's all I
Yeah.
gotta say.
That's fine. Our Zayden right now, they already picked his casting and he's eating a lot of carbs and working out and
We're
going to the
ready for
gym. That
him.
protein's
That's
high.
right. Exactly. Just like Taylor Lautner had his transformation for Twilight, our Zay Zay can do the same.
I didn't like that casting either.
I'm not doing this. That was the best Twilight. The best casted person on Twilight was Taylor Lautner.
No, I think about freaking Spy Kids when I look at him.
Oh, come on. He wasn't even in Spy Kids.
He was in the 3D one. Yes,
Shark
he
Boy
was.
and Lava Girl.
That's what I meant. See, even worse.
Get out of here.
The fact that you
For
know
next
that.
week. For next week. Okay, I had a Taylor Lautner poster. Like, I was obsessed. Goodbye. Okay, for next week, we're reading chapters 25 to 32 in Fourth Wing. We are ready for some action. I'm so excited.
Watch Liam and Rhiannon. I think Liam and Rhiannon are gonna do it before
Okay,
these two.
let's revisit this next week. See what
And
happens.
Jack Barlow needs to die.
100. Let's see, but I feel like he's gonna go into the sequel with us. But we'll see
Okay,
what
can
happens.
Dane die? Someone needs to die. I'm so morbid. Oh my god. I'm like
This is the thriller girly in you that needs this. So next week, 25 to 32. Amanda, plug in our socials, honey.
If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Book Please Podcast, and we're also on Twitter/X at Book Please Pod. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.